We get used to our world. We wake up, go through the same routines, see the same things, and we stop questioning them, especially when something small seems out of place. But sometimes, strange things happen, something that doesn't fit, and for a moment, it makes you question everything. Today, we're going down the rabbit hole. You'll see videos that don't follow the rules, clips that make you stop and wonder, are we living in a matrix? Let's dive right in. This clip was filmed at night, just a few meters from Viana Palace in Spain. It shows what looks like a bale of hay, floating above the street. No movement, no wires, just hanging there. Two bystanders spot it and start recording. They sound genuinely confused.
¿Y me lo estás flotando?
No, está bugueado. Se ha bugueado la Matrix. ¿Qué coño?
¿Qué me ha hecho el coño?
No, ¿qué cojones, yo? Claro, estoy rayado.
¿Y me lo que estás flotando? No me lo puedo creer.
Porque está flotando un pedazo de paja. ¿Qué coño es
¿Y
eso,
yo qué?
¿Qué cojones, hermano?
Yo que no hay nada arriba.
No hay ni cable.
They move around, look up, and try to find an explanation, but nothing obvious stands out. The thing is, this isn't the first time someone has caught something like this on camera. Every so often, videos pop up online showing this phenomena of objects floating perfectly still. Birds, frozen mid-air. Planes, just hovering, not moving forwards. At first glance, they seem to defy the laws of physics, but in most of these cases, there's a pretty straightforward explanation. Let's start with planes. A lot of the time, the camera is inside a moving car. When the plane is flying at just the right speed and angle, and the car is moving too, it can create the illusion that the plane isn't moving at all. It's called motion parallax. Your brain gets tricked by the background movement, and suddenly the plane looks like it's stuck in the sky. As for the birds, some of the most viral frozen bird clips are actually birds resting on thin wires or caught in spider webs, especially in front of a blue sky or a plain background.
Fire department showed up to help this bird get down. And what they originally discovered to be a wire turns out to be a spider web that it was just caught in. And one of the strongest spider silks comes from a Darwin bark spider, which webs can span up to 80 feet across rivers and hold up to much larger than themselves, including small birds and bats. I'm willing to bet this is the silk of a Darwin bark spider, but what do you guys think?
From a certain angle, and especially on low-resolution videos, it's hard to tell what's holding them up. So is there a reasonable explanation behind the floating hay bale? Most likely, yes. It could be a drone, or a lightweight object hanging from a thin wire nearly invisible at night. It might even be a balloon or a prop designed to pull off exactly this kind of illusion. But with so many of these moments being caught around the world, different places, different objects, same weird stillness, it does start to feel peculiar. Here's a clip that caught a lot of attention online. A group of fish is gathered tightly on one side of a small tank. On the other side, there's just one fish, completely alone. What's strange is that none of the fish go near it. They all just stay on their side of the tank, and the lone fish stays on its own. What makes this feel strange? The way the group stays away from the single fish feels off. They're not swimming around normally. They're watching it, like they're afraid to go near. The lone fish isn't doing anything aggressive, but the group keeps their distance, almost like they know something we don't. It's quiet, still, and kind of creepy. It feels like something's wrong, but you can't tell what. So what exactly is happening in this uncanny valley-like scene? There are a few possible explanations. Fish can sometimes detect when another fish is sick or stressed. They pick up on changes in movement, behavior, or even chemical signals in the water. When that happens, the group tends to keep its distance. It's a natural survival instinct. Another explanation has to do with the tank setup. If there's a filter or pump creating a current, the group might simply be choosing to swim in the flow. Some fish are drawn to water movement, especially species that are used to streams or rivers. The lone fish might just prefer the calm side, nothing more than personal preference. Both are reasonable theories. There's probably a simple reason behind what we're seeing. However, the way the fish keep their distance and the way they seem to watch the lone fish from across the tank gives the whole moment an eerie, almost unnatural feeling. This video was filmed in a parking lot during the day. A woman is seen standing between two parked cars, holding shopping bags with her legs crossed. She isn't moving. For more than 1 minute, she stays in that exact position. No shifting, no fidgeting, or any signs of discomfort. The people recording her from a distance are clearly confused. You can hear the hesitation in their voices. They're not sure if she's okay or if something's seriously wrong. Eventually, when some people get closer, she starts moving again, slowly and calmly, as if nothing happened. What makes it feel strange? The stillness. She's standing in a position that doesn't look comfortable, but she doesn't move at all. No signs of balance adjustment or reaction to her surroundings. What makes it even weirder is the way she starts moving again. It almost feels like she was waiting for something to trigger her. People in the comments compare it to an NPC in a video game, just standing still until the player walks close enough to activate the next animation. It's not dramatic, but the timing and the behavior feel just out of sync with everything around her. So what's going on here? Some think she might have just been high or lost in thought. Others suggest she could have a medical condition like Parkinson's, which can cause brief episodes of freezing. Some even joked that she badly needs to use the restroom and she was just trying to hold it in. There are likely reasonable explanations, but something about the way she pauses, then resumes as if nothing happened, makes it feel off. This video was filmed at night on an airport runway. It shows a jet bridge, the kind passengers walk through to board or exit a plane, but there's something unusual about it. The bridge doesn't appear to be connected to any aircraft. Despite that, more than a dozen people are seen walking out of it, some carrying luggage, as if they've just gotten off a flight. The room at the end of the bridge doesn't look large enough to hold that many people, and with no plane visible, it's hard to tell where exactly they're coming from. There's a clear blur added to the bottom part of the video. It obscures the view of what's directly under the bridge and possibly hides key details, like where the bridge is actually connected. This blur, combined with the camera angle, creates a confusing perspective. The bridge looks like it leads to nowhere, yet people keep walking out of it, one after the other. So what is going on here? Some believe it's a simple trick of perspective. If we could see the scene from a different angle, or if the blur wasn't there, we might notice another walkway or access point on the other side. The layout could be more ordinary than it looks. Others think this could be a group of airport staff exiting after a flight, not actual passengers, possibly leaving a meeting or finishing work in an obscured room at the end of the bridge. Whatever the reason is, the video doesn't immediately make sense. It's likely just a matter of limited perspective and visual obstruction. But the image of people calmly exiting a bridge that doesn't seem attached to anything, especially at night, on an empty runway, is still unsettling to watch. This video was filmed during the day from a parking lot. At first glance, the sky looks completely normal, until you notice something strange. A long, thin line is slowly moving across the clouds from left to right. It doesn't twist like a tornado or spread out like a contrail. It's just a clean split. like someone tore a line straight through the sky. There's no plane in sight, and the movement is steady, almost unnaturally smooth. You don't see clouds behave like this every day. The line moves slowly and leaves an open trail behind it. There's no sign of rotation or turbulence. It looks like a tear in the fabric of reality, which is why so many people were drawn to the video. It's not shaped like a tornado, and it's too thin, straight, and high up to be one. The visual itself is quiet, clean, and almost too perfect, and that's what makes it feel surreal. So what's going on here? Some thought this might be a funnel cloud, which is a cone-shaped cloud that forms when air starts rotating beneath a thunderstorm. It's basically a tornado that hasn't touched the ground yet. But this doesn't match that. There's no storm, no rotation, and no classic funnel shape. The most likely explanation is something called a wake vortex, a trail of disturbed air left behind by an aircraft. When a plane flies through a thin layer of clouds, the air it pushes aside can create visible ripples or gaps, just like the wake of a boat in water. In this case, what we're seeing is likely the result of a plane flying through a lower, thin cloud layer, creating a tear-like opening in it. What adds to the confusion is that there are actually two distinct cloud layers. At the beginning of the video, you can clearly see lower, darker clouds, the ones being disrupted, and higher, brighter white clouds moving normally behind them. The contrast between these two layers makes the disturbance more visible and the illusion more surreal. A great example of how this works in real time is seen in this video of a plane landing in Poland, where the fog splits and swirls just like what's seen here, following the path of the aircraft's wake. So no, it's not a glitch in the sky, but the way the clouds are disturbed, combined with the two separate layers, makes it look like something just tore through the atmosphere. It's a rare phenomenon, and even if there's scientific explanation, it still feels like we are seeing something that shouldn't be possible in our reality. And for a moment, it really does look like the sky split open. Most of these clips probably have explanations, but that doesn't make them any less strange. Sometimes it's not about what we know, it's about that brief moment where reality doesn't feel quite right. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about these clips. Do you think we're living in the Matrix? Until next time.